Okay, everybody, welcome to the Hump Day Chat for January 5th, 2022. Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody had a really good New Year, good Christmas, everything. As you can kind of tell, I am by myself. Normally, I have somebody over there or over there, up there, somewhere on your screen named Gerry Frank. Unfortunately, he could not be with us. There's this little bug that's going around and he caught, and so he can't be with us. It sounds like crap anyway, so you don't want him on. So what I figured I'd do today is just kind of be here all by my lonesome and kind of give you what I think my outlook is going to be for the auto repair industry going into next year. Okay. And also to let you know that this week is the absolute final week where you can join our war room, which is a weekly Q&A / training thing that both Gerry and I do every single week. And it's the last chance you can join it for only $27 for your first month. So if you are interested in doing that, I will post a link here on, let's see, if you're with me on Zoom, let me just go ahead and put that in right there. There is a link. I probably need to send it to everyone here. So let me do that again. And then for those of you on Facebook, if you give me a minute, I'll give you a link to that as well. Because like I said, this is the very last chance you will get to join for only 27 bucks. And it's well worth it. Okay, so enough of the commercial. Let's go ahead and jump into what I have looked into my very murky, nasty, lying to me sometimes crystal ball. I don't know what the future brings. All I can do is kind of look at what I see of trends happening, and hopefully it's going to be able to help you out. Okay, we won't be on this call real long, mainly because, well, I just want to kind of give you some food for thought to move forward with. But I think it's hopefully I'm going to be able to help you out. So in order to move forward, let's kind of look backwards a little bit. We can't do anything about last year because that's in the past. We don't have that time machine, can't go backwards. We can't fix or do more of what worked last year, but we can look at that and say, how do we build off of that success? Okay, so I don't know about you. But the clients that Gerry and I worked with over the past year, absolutely killed it last year. We just got off our group call, our weekly group call with the group, and stories of guys literally doubling their business last year, doubling their profits, which is the more important thing. Over the previous year, one of our guys between his shops went up over $1 million in sales. That's how much more he did versus the previous year. So guys were killing it last year. And that's due to two factors. One, Gerry and I working with them, of course, that's a big factor. But there's a lot of things that happened in outside forces that helped actually a lot of shops do better. And hopefully you're one of those shops. Hopefully you're one of the shops that did really well last year. I don't know your business. So I don't know how much better it could have been or how much better you did. But here are the reasons why I think a lot of shops across the board did better. Probably not as good as our clients did, but did better nonetheless. One, we had the perfect storm happening for us last year. Okay, so when you think about the supply chain issues, the chips for the new cars not being available, new cars just not being available for sale. So a lot of people that would normally buy new cars weren't buying those new cars. They couldn't get the new cars. And if they could find new cars, they didn't want to spend $20,000 over sticker price in order to get that car. So typically then people would look back for used cars. Well, we all know what happened with the used cars. I know I probably at the beginning of this pandemic, I bought a slightly used Jeep so I could kind of have some fun with it and put a lift kit on there, wheels, the whole shebang on there. And after doing all those modifications, I probably could sell it for another 15 or 20 grand more than I paid for the damn thing. Used cars are just crazy right now. So that usual thing of, well, it's too much to fix my car, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to buy a used car or buy, another car, a new car. That excuse for a lot of people just went out the window. They couldn't afford the new. So it kind of forced them into staying with the current car that they already had. So that helped a lot of shops out. You probably weren't experiencing a lot of no's last year. That coupled with the availability of technicians, which is like in the crapper, a lot of people got really selective on the cars that they brought in. Got real selective on the people that they did work with. They got real selective on the jobs that they took. And that's really where Gerry and I helped our clients out a lot, is identifying who they should be working with, what kinds of jobs they can do, how can they be most effective with the time and the technicians they have, so they were able to maximize every minute that their shop was open. So maybe you were able to do that as well, and if so, fantastic. What we want to do is we want to build off of what's working, and for our clients, I know that really has worked best. They've slowed the process down. They've done a much more thorough inspection, using our 6-step sales system. It was brain dead easy to sell more, but not just sell more, but sell at the prices that shop owners deserve to get paid. And that allowed them to hire the technicians that were demanding more money. It's just that the whole perfect storm of the economy working for shop owners and the knowledge that they were able to apply, those things combined just had a lot of our clients blowing it out of the water, and which is fantastic. And I hope that for you. And actually, those things we talked about that are helping our clients, we've talked about that over the past weeks. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since I did one of these calls here because of the holidays, and we just didn't want to. I knew everybody was busy and their minds were elsewhere. But if you go back and look at some of the videos that we did, Gerry and I, we talked a lot about those very same things, the reasons why our clients have been killing it. So I don't want to go into those details right now. We will, as just kind of a prelude to what's happening this year. We plan on doing these every single week, as long as we're healthy. We're able to, be on this call live with you. But we're going to talk and we're going to drill down more on those things. And actually, one of the plans we had, and we were going to do it today, but obviously we couldn't because there's nobody else here besides me. So we're going to do it next week. We're going to really drill down on how you can actually, I'm going to call this 2022 by design. In other words, how do we design that perfect year for you? So exactly right now, we put together, what do you want to make? And then we put together that weekly plan with the right numbers that you need to be able to hit in order to wind up with that at the end of the year. Because I know a lot of shop owners, you have no idea how you did last year because the year's only over, 5 days ago. But with our plan, you know exactly where you're at. You know exactly how much money you made last year. A lot of guys wait till their accountant tells them on January 5th or on April 15th when they're doing their taxes. That's when they finally figure out how much money they made. We're going to show you how not to do business that way, so you know exactly what's going on and exactly how things are going to unfold for you, and then help you put that plan together. And those are things that Gerry and I are going to do absolutely for free, just kind of give you some information on there. Now, if you want deeper dives into those things, we have our war room, which I talked about before, and the link is up on the side if you guys want to join that. Again, last week to be able to join that for only $27 for the first month. And then we also have Maverick Shop Owners, where we work one-on-one with the shop owners and really dive deep with all those things. So if you're looking at that higher level experience, we're able to give that to you. So let's look at some of the things that are going to help move 2022 forward. Okay. I look at what's happening this year right now as kind of a repeat of last year. I don't see the supply chain thing relieving a whole lot. I don't see the used car prices coming down substantially. I don't see the new cars being available. And here's why I'm hedging my bet here. Because let's say they do finally catch up with all the chips. Let's say they do flood the market with a bunch of new cars. Let's say, all that happens. I don't know how people are going to be able to afford them, because what they did buy, if they bought a used car or a new car, they way overpaid for them. So they're already upside down in those cars. They're not able to switch those things around. So I think there's going to be a segment of the market that, again, much like where they're at right now, they have to repair what they have because they're so deep into that vehicle. And first segment of the market. Okay, so I think either way, I think 2022 is going to be a really, really good year. Let's go ahead and talk about the virus. Okay, a lot of people like, oh my God, we're going to talk about this, and this is going to get political, or whatever. No, it's not. Let me just kind of give you my feelings where I think things are heading. I think we're kind of winding down. The current strain that's going around is only weaker. Things seem to be getting weaker and weaker and weaker. I had it about a week and a half ago, and it was very, very mild cold that lasted a couple of days. My 87-year-old father had it, and he kicked it in 3 days. It was nothing more than a cold for him. So that's a good thing, and, again, I don't know, my crystal ball is murky, and I don't, but I can't foretell the future, but I don't see it getting worse. I mean, things get better over time if you kind of look at that. So I think we're headed in the right direction when it comes to that. Honestly, I think people are fed up with the draconian measures that are that they're being forced into. And this is always kind of a weird conversation because I'm here in Cincinnati, and it's not too bad here. I mean, we're considered a hot spot. If you look and, oh my God, you'd think the hospitals are overflowing in our area because how many cases we have there, but it's really not bad. The restaurants are still open. We're still able to move around. We don't have to wear a mask, things like that. But we have clients that are all over the country that are they're still kind of in lockdown. The restaurants aren't even open for customers right now still. So it's kind of weird depending on where you're at. But I can tell you, from what I'm seeing from that 30,000-foot view looking down, I think things are going to be getting better and better and better and better when it comes to that end. And look, I hope I'm right. I hope you hope I'm right as well. But I don't know. That's just kind of the feeling, and that's just kind of what I see happening. So let's forget about that. Let's shelve that part of the thing because, again, we don't know. But that's my best guess. But what we are going to be seeing is we're going to be seeing a lot of inflation. We've already been experiencing some of it, but I think it's going to go way, way, way up. Okay, so I can get a little political here and just kind of let you know that we've printed more money. I think I saw a stat, something insane, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like 40% of all money in circulation has been printed up within the last 18 months. They just keep printing money, yet there's no more additional goods and services available there. So all it is making the prices go up. So things are going to get more expensive. And you need to take heed of that. And again, we did another call on this thing because costs are going up. Your costs are going to go up. Your costs of employees are going to go up because they are going to be spending more money for their cost of living. So everything is going to go up. So I don't want you getting stuck into this is what we've always charged. This is the way we always ran our business, and we're going to keep running our business that way because guess what? Ain't gonna work anymore. Okay, you have to continually adjust as the market adjusts, and we'll kind of keep you apprised of that. We'll kind of keep you reminded of that because I don't want to leave anybody behind. Because you know what, if you're behind and your pricing's way behind, guess what? You're dragging everybody else's profits down as well in your same area. We don't want that to happen. Okay, everybody deserves to get paid for what they do, and we got to make sure you're getting paid and everybody around you gets paid. So that rising tide of prices lift all the boats that are in the area. So, pay attention to your pricing because you don't want to gouge people. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but you don't want to also be taking the brunt of the losses on this. So you keep in mind, we're going to have some pretty nasty inflation numbers going up. So it's time to be adjusting your prices and get over it. Okay. You do have to adjust your prices. You can't get squeamish about that because everybody is raising their prices. Have you bought a steak lately? Have you gone to the store and bought a raw steak to put on your own grill lately? The prices are they're going insane. Okay. So everything's going up. Everybody gets it. Time for you to get it as well. We're still going to run into the problems with employees. We're not going to have more employees going into the market. As a matter of fact, it seems even more difficult to get the current ones we have to show up. Plus, with this extremely going back to the virus, everybody's getting it. Vaccinated, unvaccinated, healthy, not healthy. Guys like me who I check my antibodies and, my antibodies are sky high. I still got it. So, as long as everybody understands we're all going to get it. So over the next, we're a couple of weeks away from peak flu season. So we still got about another month of this virus happening, which is difficult to get your employees to show up when they got the virus or they got exposed or things like that. So we've got some things to deal with right now, but I think, a month or two, we'll be on the backside of this current wave that we're on, and I think you'll be fine. But employees are more expensive, and you need to adjust to that as well. You have to be able to adjust your pricing, adjust the way you run your business if you want to be able to afford good employees. And a good technician is worth his weight in gold, whether you like it or not. You're going to have to pay him more. Okay. And in order to pay him more, you have to be able to run your business better and take more profits out of your business and adjust your pricing so you have the money to pay those good employees. Again, there's massive shifts that are happening right now, but I think it's the perfect storm of success for you. There's really nothing bad about what's coming up over this next year, as far as I'm concerned, if you make the changes. Okay, they're all really good things happening for us, and there's really good changes that you can and should be making so you stay ahead of what's really going on. So you definitely want to get some help or pay attention in all of these areas as we go up, because I think this can be a kick-ass year, and it will be a kick-ass year if you pay attention, if you make these changes, if you roll with the punches. Okay. One thing that this pandemic taught us is that we have to be able to be agile and move back and forth and zig and zag with the economy and what's happening, out there in the marketplace and with your clients and things like that. We have to be really agile, and the more agile you are and the more ahead of the curve you are, the better your business is going to be. Okay, so that's kind of my outlook on what's happening. We're here to provide a lot of support for you. Okay, so like I said earlier, every week we're going to be doing these live hump day chats, Gerry and I together, to give you some good ideas to work on. Okay, so that's number one. So we're going to be available to give you a lot of free information. Okay, but if you feel you need more, the next thing is to look at our war room. Like I said, this is the very last week you can get in your first month of the War Room for only $27. So look at the link that I put. If you're on Facebook, I put it in the message area. If you're on Zoom, I put it in the chat area. Click that link, sign up. This is your very last time to be able to get in at that ridiculous cheap price. Plus, you're going to get access to the first month of calls that Gerry and I are going to be doing. We're going to walk you through how to accomplish that monetary goal. In other words, the first question we're going to ask you next week is, how much money do you want to make by the end of this year? And it's how much money is in your pocket, in your bank account, not your sales, but how much do you want to take out of the business? And we're going to walk you through it within the War Room, exactly how to get there, and break it down on a weekly basis so you know how much car count, what your average ticket, what your average profit margin needs to be, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to get access to all of those 4 weeks of training if you join the War Room. Then also, if you feel you need a higher level still and want to work one-on-one with Gerry, he's a shop owner just like you. He's a kick-ass shop owner. He runs a kick-ass business without having to spend a ton of time at the shop. He can show you exactly how to do that, and you're working one-on-one with him, and that's part of our Maverick Shop Owner Group. Okay, so if you want to drop me a message, if you want to chat about that, I'll be happy to tell you about that. Not a sales call, just let you know what's involved in there, what your investment is, and everything that you get, which is astounding how much you get to be part of that group. Will be there to help you. So again, we're here to help. Okay, that's really what our goal is this year, to give you as much help as possible, whatever level you're willing to be at. If you want the free level, perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. We're going to be here to give you that great information. If you want to get the next level, choose War Room or Maverick Shop Owners, and we'll get you through this year flying high, just like we did for a lot of our clients who, like I said, had a breakout year. They busted ass and made, in a lot of cases, I shouldn't say a lot of cases, in some cases, literally took home twice as much money than they ever did from their shop. And that's actually in their bank account, not in the shop's bank account. So if you want results like that, let's make some changes here. Exciting things happening this year. I'm glad you're going to be with us. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming, and hope to see you inside the War Room, or hope to see you right here, same place, same bat channel, same time next week with our Hump Day chat. Hopefully Gerry will be making it for that. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.